Hey everybody, this is KrystolJoi, and this is going to be my overview, review, reactions, and my kind of vlog of my experience with the o2b2 Out of the Beauty Box tour classes. And basically they're classes that are put on by Encore Makeup and Purse Buzz, Corin and Elisa from YouTube. And they put on classes that talk about how to apply makeup to yourself as just as a regular consumer, and then there's also classes for pros and aspiring pros, and they teach you how to do like runway and bridal makeup. Now, as of now, I've been looking on the site to see what kind of classes are offered, and I do not see many runway classes being offered. I see a lot of bridal classes as far as the pro classes are concerned. Not really any runway classes, just more pro bridal, and that's probably because it is bridal season, so it makes sense to probably have more bridal classes than runway classes. But still, either way, I digress. The classes are very small as far as how many people are in the class. My class, I went to the Baton Rouge class that was held on April 6th. I'm sorry, Baton Rouge classes. I went to two different classes. They were held on April 16th and 17th of this year. Actually in Denham Springs, Louisiana, not Baton Rouge, but it's like right by Baton Rouge, like 5 minutes away. Just there, literally. And it was such a great experience. You know, like at first I realized that I'm like, wait a minute, our class only has 10 people. What the heck? Why is it that our class only can have a maximum of 10 people? All the other classes have a maximum of 20. The Baton Rouge class was very, very different from, I think it's safe to say that the Baton Rouge class was very different from every other class, period. And the reason why is because we only had Corin there. Encore Makeup was the only instructor there. Elisa, for some reason, wasn't there. And I asked Corin, I'm like, where's Elisa? And he said she's not here because she had to do something. And I can't remember what it was right now. I'm going to kick myself later for not remembering. But anyway. But Elisa was not there. And her presence was certainly missed. But I was very glad that Corin was there to show us his tips and tricks and techniques and things like that. Now, and I'll be honest with you guys, I've been a follower of Corin and his work and his videos on YouTube for about 2 or 3 years now. And this is not to be negative, but if you followed his work for the last 2-3 years, watched all his videos from the last 2-3 years, you pretty much are probably gonna know what he's gonna say during the classes. Nothing against Corin. I love his work. Like I said, I'm a big fan of his. But there were times that I would flash back to sitting in my room with my computer watching his YouTube videos. but that's kind of not a bad thing. But I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of wish that Elisa was there, because I would like to see what her techniques were as well, because I haven't followed her YouTube videos as closely as I have with Corin's. But either way it goes, there were also some things that Corin taught that you can't teach in a YouTube video, such as how to quickly go from client to client using a certain brush cleanser and sanitizing your products. And I took the Pro Bridal and Pro Airbrush class, by the way. Okay, I'll start out with the Pro Bridal class. With the bridal class, the first thing that we talked about was color theory. We talked about how one color cancels out another color mixes with this color and turns into that color, what's primary, secondary, tertiary, blah, 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 blah. Stuff you learn, well, stuff that I've learned in high school. And it kind of was like, okay, I know this, let's go, let's go, let's go. I wanted to go, but not everybody knew what I knew as far as color theory is concerned. And I didn't know what other people knew in the class with different makeup application techniques on multiple clients. So I couldn't say, it's not like Corin could say, okay, well, one person knows about this, so we can hurry up, skip to the next part. He just made sure that he discussed everything in detail, so that each student knew, what he was talking about and what was going on, and they knew the fundamentals of that particular subject. So, and then from then we talked about, I think from then it was like prepping the skin. And it was kind of like a talk through, crawl through, walk through, run through thing. Because like we talked about the color theory. We talked about the use of primer and the use of moisturizer, foundation, concealer, yada, 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 yada. And we talked about those things. And then he demonstrated it on a model. And then we had to do it with our partners in the class. We had to apply the makeup to the partners in the class. So I was super nervous. I'm not used to applying makeup to people that are fair, if you know what I mean. Most of the people that I apply makeup on are my skin tone, maybe a little bit lighter than my skin tone, and darker. A lot of the people that I apply makeup to, I don't like to call them clients, but I guess I could say that. A lot of my clients are of the dark complexion category. So it kind of came to a relief when my partner, who was a Caucasian woman, she turned to me and said, "Oh my gosh, you're the first dark girl I've ever worked on." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Truly, no, she wasn't the first Caucasian woman that I'd done makeup on, but it was like, okay, knowing that she's never worked on one of me before, that kind of alleviated some of the stress that I was feeling, some of the nervousness I was feeling, because because I rarely do makeup on Caucasian women. As an African American woman, I can like take on orange and it looks like, it looks fine. I can take a lot of color to my face and it doesn't look like a clown. At least to the way that I can apply it, it doesn't look like clown. Whereas I can't do that to this Caucasian woman, which I learned when I tried to put blush on her. She looked really, really crazy when I tried to put blush on her. But either way, we fixed the issue. And that's the great thing about the class. Corin goes very slow. Or not saying, or he went very slow with us, because it was like, well, what else do you guys have to do? We're not, in anywhere where everybody has a party or anything. Let's just have fun and do makeup. Our class actually ended up lasting more like 6 hours instead of 4. But it was still so much fun. And I loved it. And if I could do it again, I would. So when the dates for Louisiana for Baton Rouge finally came out, and the prices came up, it was like $550 per class, and there was no bundle special because you're already getting both classes for $1,100. So yay us, we got a good deal because we were in Baton Rouge. So with the class, okay, and I know you guys are like, $1,100, people, are you freaking crazy? $1,100, you gotta be outside your doggone mind. But no, I'm not outside my mind. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not outside of my mind. Because the kit alone pays for the class. I'm telling you. Like, I'm looking at my kits right now. You get a lot of makeup for, you end up getting more makeup than what you're paying for. You know what I'm saying? The next thing I want to talk about is the airbrush class. Okay. Airbrush class was amazing because it's airbrushing. I found it extremely fascinating because I've never touched an airbrush machine in my life. You know, the traditional class, it was fun. It was interesting because I got to sit and talk with other people who love makeup as much as I do, who love learning about how to apply it, who love learning about different skin textures, yada yada yada, as much as I do. Trust and believe, I love doing that class. But what I really was looking more forward to was the airbrush class, because I knew absolutely nothing about airbrush makeup except for the fact that it's done on people. That's about it. Like, I didn't know how to use an airbrush. I didn't know how to clean an airbrush gun. I didn't know the components of it. I was like, hey, I'm here for fun. So that class was crazy interesting, and there's something that I do want to show you. Come on, baby. Alright, so again, the class came with a kit, and the kit included an airbrush machine. I signed up for the class because I wanted an airbrush machine. I signed up for the o2b2 classes because I wanted Makeup Forever's number 92 and an airbrush machine. Didn't get number 92, but I did end up buying it. I bought Makeup Forever's number 92. I bought it, and it's on its way. So, whatever. I'm going to get my number 92, whether I like it or not. But, so, it came with an airbrush machine. The airbrush machine is valued at over $200 I think. The compressor itself. The gun is about another $100 probably. This little thing here, okay, has about, and I can count how many pieces is on. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe about 15 pieces to it. This little thing right here, about 15 pieces, literally, goes to this airbrush gun. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when it reminds me of being in the military and having to take apart your weapon, to having to take apart your rifle. That's what this reminds me of. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just like being in the military and having to take down your weapon in the fastest time possible or whatever. And it reminds me of, because it's like every little piece is extremely super important, and the smallest piece out of all the pieces is the most important. Trust me when I say this. It is. So, I am not going to walk you guys through how to take this dang thing apart, because I tried. Okay, this is the thing. When I came home and I used my airbrush machine on my sister, because she was like, you know, I was like, I need a what they call it, a practice dummy. You know, somebody I can, you know, practice doing this airbrushing stuff with, because I was having some malfunctions during the class, man. I didn't know what I was doing, and you could tell I didn't know what I was doing, because I kept, Corin, mine's broken. Mine's messed up. I don't know what I'm doing. And he kept coming over, fixing my machine and blowing stuff out of it and taking it apart, putting it back together. He's amazing, okay? He's just, Corin is amazing. But, he just, you know, had so much patience, and it's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, and it shows. So anyway, I came home and practiced doing the airbrushing on my sister a few times. And one day I said, you know what, I probably need to clean this machine out, because I've used it quite a few times, and I was trying to do some practice drills with it, doing the dot and line test, and I realized like it was like sputtering, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's probably because it's dirty and it's clogged, so I need to take it apart and clean it. Man, I dropped one teensy tiny, like the piece was like this big. I dropped it on my floor. It was about the same color as my floor. I thought I was gonna die. Oh my goodness. But I found it, fortunately, put the airbrush gun back together, and all is well in the world. But yeah, this very smallest piece is the most important piece, I promise you. But like I said, I'm not going to take it apart. I'm not going to show you all the little pieces of it. Oh, is this a manual? I'm not going to take that out either. But I'm not going to show you little pieces of it, but it is crazy. Crazy. So, what else? Let's see. Also, there's DVD. So just in case you forget all the stuff that you learned in the class, there's DVD to show you, which is awesome because Lord knows if it weren't for the DVD, I'd probably be half lost. Also, this is some blushes and highlighters. There's 7 of them total. And the funniest thing happened. My partner, the same partner from before, she was like, I don't know. She asked me what kind of blush did she want me to use. I said, use the orange one. And she was like, you want me to use the orange one? Like, she was about to have a conniption. I'm like, trust me, black girls look good with orange blush. You can't, pile it on, but yeah, we look great in orange blush. And so she did it, and it looked wonderful. So it was all good. Also, you get 12, is it 10 or 12? 12 foundations, okay? 12, ranging from alabaster to cocoa, I think. What's the colors? Porcelain to espresso. Close enough. Porcelain to espresso. And there's also airbrush cleaner, airbrush primer. Let's see, this is the cleaner. This is moisturizer for the face. This is primer for the face. You do not put this in the airbrush machine. That's a big no-no. Also, this is like a concealer wheel. More concealer. And this is the cleaning kit. Things that you definitely need. I have not used this or this yet. I actually, never mind. I'm not going to say what I was just going to say. So, never mind. And there's also some disposables in here as well. Some Q-tips and sponges and scoop out spatula thingy-mabobbers. But yeah, so that's everything that I got from the Out of the Beauty Box tour. I am so, you guys don't understand. I feel like I've done something right with my life. Oh, and the final thing that I got from the Out of the Beauty Box tour was my certifications. So I got an airbrush certification and a pro bridal certification, and I feel good about it. Yeah, baby. So here's hoping that it'll help me catapult myself, and we'll just see where we go from there. You guys hang with me, and we'll just see how things go. It was a wonderful and rewarding experience, and if you are thinking about wavering about going to these classes, don't. Trust me, do not waver. Don't think maybe next time. No. Treat this as if it's a lifetime, once in a lifetime opportunity. If there is an o2b2 class coming to you, near you, in your area, go. Okay? Because my first thought was, well, it's in Baton Rouge. I'm not trying to go all the way to Baton Rouge. You know how far Baton Rouge is from me? Oh, no, that's not going to happen. And then I thought about it, I said, well, how often do, makeup artist opportunities come to Louisiana, period, that are publicized for open to the public, to the general public or whatever. Yeah, that's very rare. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this because I don't know when I'm gonna get an opportunity like this again. So instead of backtracking, I'm moving forward. So that's that, and I don't regret that decision 1 second. Some people, oh, it's over $1,000 on makeup. Whatever. If you love it, do it. If you want it and you have the money, do it. I promise you will not regret a thing. That is all that I have for you guys. And until next time, you all take care of yourselves. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.